anger.
And somehow just keeps doubling down.
I'm Pixie, and if intense eye contact and unresolved rage were a personality trait, we'd have a lot to unpack.
And I'm No-No, here to confirm that yelling is not a communication style, but it's definitely a choice.
Weird, I think it is, but okay. This is Heat Between the Sheets, where hate is apparently a love language and emotional maturity is optional.
Very optional.
We've got enemies, egos, dramatic declarations, and chemistry that feels like it's powered entirely by spite.
Which honestly might be the strongest fuel source in romance.
So buckle up, because we're diving into a story that said, what if they're toxic, but make it passionate?
And oh, we have thoughts.
Many. Before we willingly walk into hostility, unresolved tension, and characters who treat communication like a competitive sport.
Yeah, with all that, we need a warning.
This show is for entertainment purposes only. It's strictly 18 and older, and yes, there will be spoilers in this episode.
We'll be talking enemies to lovers energy, petty decisions, and emotional immaturity at Olympic levels.
Triggers were listed at the beginning of the episode, and you can always find the full list at hbtspodcast.com.
This one's dramatic, and not always in a good way.
If you can't handle the heat, don't meet the qualifications, or don't want spoilers, this is your one and only chance to step out before things get excessively exhausting.
Perfectly put, that sound. Still here to hate watch it with us?
Bold choice. You've been warned. This episode does not believe in playing nice.
If you like your romance unsettling and your book boyfriend slightly unhinged, make sure you're subscribed, following us everywhere, and sharing this episode with your fellow chaos readers.
Share. Oh,
here we go with the songs again.
I had to do it for you.
The songs.
I so had to do it for you. So,
I'm so curious to know what you've come up with for this book, for this next part. Continue.
I know. You're ever famous. Did you know?
So curious.
Okay. Did you know your brain would much rather pick a fight than admit it's hurting? It's true. Anger activates adrenaline, focus, and a nice little illusion of control. Grief, on the other hand, activates vulnerability, helplessness, and the overwhelming desire to stare at a wall and question your entire existence. So when given a choice between emotionally exposed and aggressively competitive, your nervous system often goes, cool, we're mad now.
Cool!
And here's where society really shines. Miscarriage happens in about 1 in 4 known pregnancies, which means it's common. Extremely common. Yet we still treat it like it's some rare, awkward glitch no one should talk about at dinner. People roll out the classics. At least it was early. You can try again. Everything happens for a reason.
God, just don't say anything.
Yeah, we had that conversation, the grief thing. Which is wild, because no one says you can try again when someone loses literally any other future they were building.
Truth. Truth.
But for some reason, when grief is quiet, private, and medically labeled, we downgrade it. Like pain needs a press conference to count.
Yeah.
Now let's bring rivalry into the mess, shall we?
Oh, great. Let's do it.
Yes. Heated competition, enemies to lovers tension, that I can't stand you, but think about you constantly spiral. Neurologically, it lights up attachment circuits. Your brain does not care whether the intensity is love or hate. It just cares that it's intense. Rivalry gives you something to aim at. Grief just sits there, heavy and inconvenient.
Okay.
So what do humans do? We redirect.
Nothing good.
Never. We compete instead of crumble. We obsess instead of mourn. We turn vulnerability into friction because friction feels alive. It's easier to say, I hate you, than I'm not okay. Intensity feels powerful. Grief feels exposed. And most people would rather look powerful than admit they're breaking.
And hopefully you grow out of this at some point.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that doesn't happen.
I know.
Based on where we work.
Like, why? Why doesn't it happen?
We are older 21-year-olds.
Okay.
Mature 21-year-olds.
Sure.
Who work with high schoolers.
They sure act like it sometimes, yeah.
So, no, they don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
Again, like in our intro, it's Olympic-sized competition in behaviors. So it's amazing. I love it.
And this is why I just stay holed up in my office as much as I can.
I don't really care much for drama, which is funny that I read it.
Yeah, right?
Like incessantly.
But I think I read it and it exhausts me enough that I'm like, nope, the quiet life, that's for me.
Yeah. Fascinating. Okay, so after that lovely did you know, please tell us, No-No, about our book today.
Okay. Woo! Hate Us Like You Mean It by Jaye Pratt and Samantha Barrett. Okay. Senior year was supposed to be survivable. Instead, she's forced into a new house, a new school, and straight into the territory of 3 boys who rule it like kings. Because of course they do.
Huh.
Teague, Tanner, and Talon aren't just popular, they're untouchable. And now they're her stepbrothers. So there's that trope right there. Woohoo! The hatred is immediate and mutual. What did she expect? That one reckless hookup at a Christmas party would pour gasoline on the fire? The boys don't just dislike her, they weaponize her friendships, blackmail her, and publicly claim her in front of the entire school, forcing her into a twisted game of control and humiliation. As tension escalates, tragedy strikes, secrets unravel, and the dynamic shifts from hate to something far more dangerous. But love born from manipulation and cruelty doesn't come without scars. Hate Us Like You Mean It is a dark, high school reverse harem romance about power, revenge, betrayal, and whether you can truly forgive someone who broke you first.
Okay.
I love the enthusiasm. Go. Okay. Here we go.
Main characters.
You need to know this.
Lacey, FMC, stubborn, emotional, and absolutely not built for silent submission. She walks into a lion's den with attitude and somehow survives on spite and loyalty alone. Teague, the oldest and most volatile of the trio. He doesn't just hate, he strategizes it. Intense, controlling, and dangerously fixated, he's the one who takes everything too far.
Yep.
Tanner, one half of the twin chaos machine. There's your twins.
I know, you know how I love me some twins. Woo!
Quieter than Teague, but not softer. He calculates before he strikes and rarely shows his hand. Talon, Tanner's twin and emotional wildcard. Hot-tempered, reactive, and deeply loyal. He's the one who feels everything and then weaponizes it. Zach, Lacey's live-in, ride-or-die gay best friend.
Oh, the bestie, the gay bestie. My fave.
Dramatic, hilarious, and fiercely protective, he brings sass and loyalty in equal measure. Silas, the chef's son who grew up in Lacey's house and refuses to leave her side. Calm, steady, and quietly in love with stability, he's the safe place in the world full of manipulation. John, Lacey's high-powered attorney father who makes life decisions like their business mergers. Well-meaning, but emotionally clueless at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's more, people. There's more.
There's a shit ton of characters in this book.
Yeah.
Lori, the boys' nurse mom trying to blend two explosive families together with optimism and denial. She means well, but this is a disaster waiting to happen. Felix, the absentee criminal father who proves genetics aren't destiny, but trauma sure leaves fingerprints. And by father, that would be the
boys.
three boys' father,
Yeah.
biological father. Drake, the clingy ex who cannot read a room, persistent, entitled, and fully convinced he deserves another chance. Silva, Zach's online famous love interest, glamorous, confident, and living in a completely different tax bracket than his high school drama. Jameson, Lacey's newer best friend and the coach's daughter, athletic, grounded, and not afraid to call out nonsense when she sees it. Last but not least, Chris, Silas's nerdy love interest who is awkward in the best way, smart, sweet, and blissfully unaware he just wandered into a war zone of stepbrother chaos. Had to go back and see who the hell Silas was for a second.
Yeah.
Holy shit fire.
Do you remember how long this book is? It wasn't 300. It was over 2.
It was like 270-ish.
Yeah. And just think about that. All these characters.
And that much drama jam-packed into a book under 300 pages.
Too much.
It was chaos.
It was absolute chaos.
Right out the gate.
And it really could have, I think, been something if it was spread out and slowed down a little bit. And flowed a little, because it was like they were trying to jam pack every fucking imaginable thing.
It felt like a horse
into
race.
This. Yes. Yeah. It was nuts.
It really was. And so I have read another Jaye Pratt book that I really liked, and I think I'm pretty sure we did a mini book review on that book. I think it was called Sweetest Venom, which was good.
Okay.
I really liked that book. And Samantha Barrett, I've met.
Yeah, she's your spirit. She's
my
your spirit
animal.
person.
Like,
yeah.
And the books I got from her, I absolutely loved. But then I had read some other things of hers, and I was like, wow, you're a little unhinged.
Which explains a lot, because she wants to be a fucking dragon.
She wants to be a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
No, I do love her. I think she's great, and they're both talented authors, and maybe putting them together in one book was what the chaos was.
I don't know, because
it was
a lot. Like, they tried to jam pack so much into this book that your head is just kind of spinning. And you're not enjoying this.
Yeah, because this was teenage hormones with Wi-Fi that escalated in like 3 pages.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And nobody in this book believes in a calm conversation.
No.
That's why we joked a lot about the like yelling business. Like that was no joke. That was literally the only way anyone communicates is through yelling at each other.
I think I text you as I started this book, because I didn't really read a lot into it. And I go, I don't even know what I'm reading yet. Like, is this going to be a reverse harem? Like,
Yeah.
Because they all hate each other so much that I can't see it happening. Like, I'm so confused on who she's actually going to sleep with.
Let's talk about like what happened in the story. So her dad marries this woman, right, who has 3 boys, and she doesn't know who these 3 boys are at all, but they know who she is, which is an odd. I feel like I've read or seen a movie or something like this. Is a familiar story. It's not a unique situation at all, but she's pissed. She's a little angry beaver.
She is.
She's a little bit of a.
Well, she's a little bit of a pampered.
She's a pampered princess. Yeah. Absolutely. And these boys are pissed.
Yeah.
Over the situation too. So she gets moved into their house, and she's rebellious over it, and she's supposed to have family dinner to meet everyone, and she basically gives the middle finger, and she's like, fuck that, I'm going to a party instead. Right? And this is where I think she had broken up with her boyfriend.
Yep.
Was it Drake?
Yeah. Oh, Drake. God, he's a douche canoe.
He is super douche canoe. And so she's at this big party, and this happens at Christmas time, I think. This is a Christmassy time of the year, winter break, I think.
Yeah.
And Teague runs into her there, and he knows who she is.
Well, he's going to find her, basically.
Yeah.
This is a plan.
Because she didn't show up. That's why he's calculated. She didn't show up to this dinner, and his mom is upset. He doesn't like the fact that this little pampered princess upset his mother. So fuck that bitch. Lainey is going down.
Yeah.
So his plan is to go hunt the bitch down and
fuck her.
And fucking deal with her at this party.
And fuck her to make her, when she finally has to meet him, completely uncomfortable with the situation.
Absolutely. 100% was the plan.
Okay.
So he finds her at this party, and when she's like cornered or something by Drake or whatever, he rescues her from that situation. And so he ends up banging her unprotected sex in this bedroom. Right? So I don't know, however many days, maybe I think it's the next day, the next morning, when she has to meet everyone at breakfast, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that,
and that's when she's like, her dad is like, oh, this is the boys, meet Teague and Talon and Tanner, thank you. With all the T's.
Yeah.
And she's just like, her eyes are bigger than her fucking face, and they're all kind of like smirking at her like, oh, hi, sis. And she's just like, hi, nice to meet you. And so she plays dumb. And now she's pissed because she kind of, I think, pieced it together of what happened. And then from there, they play the whole, hi, sis. And so they start really antagonizing and playing that high school level game, and they're very snarky and mean with her. And then when they're at school, because she's forced to attend their school, or they go to her school.
No, she goes to theirs.
She goes to theirs. They alienate her from everyone. Like you said, stake the claim, which makes it even more awkward because everyone knows they're step siblings.
Yeah.
And that's fucking creepy. So then she gets bullied because it's taboo and gross and in their world. But they rule the school, so no one's going to say anything to them. It's all her. She's gross. Not them.
Yeah.
She's gross. And then as time goes on, she... back up a little bit. Her best friend, God love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the saving grace of the book.
Oh no, there's no saving grace, but he makes the book bearable.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Because he's hilarious.
He is great.
He's hilarious.
He is gay in the best way. Like, he is completely... absolutely out there gay, like, and you just love him. You just love him.
Yeah, he is.
The shit that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
he
Zach,
does. Yeah,
Zach. He is super humorous, and like you said, the shit that comes out of his mouth is great. He's super supportive, super loyal, always there for her. He is her ride or die, and then he does have this online boyfriend. When we say he's famous, he's online famous, not like some, movie star famous, but he's like a content creator type famous with like 1 million followers type thing, right? Who's also gay. I don't know they don't really get into what he content creates or whatever. So they get
Which
into...
is shocking because they get into everything else.
I know!
So let's leave out that part. Like, you've tried to cram so much into this book, might as well cram that in too.
And then another thing that bothered me too is that they introduced Jameson, which is the coach's daughter, and she befriends her. She doesn't get alienated, and I'm only assuming it's because they respect the coach enough to not...
None of this fucking book makes sense. So,
but why did they even allow her to be friends with Jameson? Like that was weird to me. But anyway,
you're trying to make sense out of something that's senseless at this point. Yeah.
Anyway, so then she turns up pregnant. She learns that she's pregnant. And she pieced it together that she got knocked up during that party by
Teague. Yeah.
And that's no bueno, because that's her stepbrother. And well, she doesn't want to be pregnant because that's fucked up.
Yeah.
He's not happy about it when he, I think, figures it out. And
well, how does he figure it out though? Like, she has a gazillion run-ins with fucking Drake, and he pushes her down the
that's right.
stairs.
There was a party at their house.
And then she loses the baby. Like, that's how he finds out.
I was like, I knew she fell down the stairs, but I couldn't remember this. Okay, so they had a party at their house. And Drake is constantly up her ass about trying to get back together. And she was just like, fuck off, dude. Because I think he cheated on her. And she was like, dude, we're done. Like, over you. And in the meantime, throughout this book, she's developing relationships, so to speak, with Tanner and Talon, because they're pigs.
Yeah.
And they're constantly trying to get under Teague's skin, and because Teague has that love-hate thing, and they know he's into her, but he won't admit it type of a thing.
Yeah, there's some healthy competition between the boys.
Really? Seriously. So they're all trying to bang her, and in different ways, and it's bizarre, and it's weird, and I can't even explain to you, because it's literally a racehorse. It's like it goes from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And you almost can't even keep up with what the hell is happening.
Yeah.
And then this party is happening. And there's Drake. And she's at the top of the stairs. And a fight happens. And she gets shoved. And I think she falls over the banister and not down the stairs. And lands at the bottom of in the entryway area. So
that's when Zach's like, dude, she's fucking pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're like, what? And so she goes to the hospital, whatever, and it turns out she's lost the baby because of the fall. And even though she didn't want to be pregnant per se, and obviously didn't want to be pregnant with Teague's baby,
the grief,
There's the grief. It doesn't matter, whatever, in most situations, and I can't speak for all situations, but that's something, you've lost a part of yourself. I mean, you've lost a baby. I mean, she had started growing to accept this part of herself and all that good stuff. So she was going through that grief, and that I felt like went on for an excessive amount of time. The whole, not that that's a bad thing that she's grieving or whatever, but with everything that went on, her grief and how they were like dealing with it or whatever, I felt like that just kind of carried. Like, I figured with how they were writing this book, some other fucked up thing
was gonna happen. But no, that's what they decided to be the focal point.
That became the focal point instead of like, let's fuck her up some more. Like, I'm like, you people have made a game out of terrorizing her life, and you get off on it. Like, why all of a sudden are we trying to cheer her up? Like, doing fashion shows for her, and like cuddling with her, and like actually caring for her at this point. Like, you guys are assholes. And you make this a point to be absolute dicks. And even if you do care about her at some point, like, when did this change? And even like their dad, let's bring in their dad, Felix, into the picture. Like, he's been actually using blackmailing. Is it Talon?
Talon, yeah.
Blackmailing Talon into an underground fight club.
Yep.
For shit, and they've been trying to get out from under that. And Teague, I mean, there's literally so much shit
happening,
jam-packed into this tiny book that you, bless you, that you can't even, like, keep up. It's almost like this should have been made into a duet, and they could have expanded on, it was overwhelming, I think.
Yeah.
With the amount of,
I think it seriously had the potential to be a good book, but
it did.
It was too fast and too jam-packed.
And the shitty thing is the writing wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The writing wasn't bad at all. It's the story that needed to be expanded upon, because it was like they tried to cram too much into one book. So that it was lacking in content.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Too much information with not enough backstory.
Yeah.
I think, because like you said, way room for potential for growth.
Yeah.
And this, I think, would have been the best duet to expand on, because there was so much going on with all of these characters and all of their stories, with the Felix and the underground shit, like all of that could have been expanded upon. The dynamic between Teague, Talon, Tanner, and Lacey.
Yeah.
Their story and the baby thing that could have been expanded on. And
the one thing, I guess, at the end that I was somewhat looking forward to, because they were playing it up, was whatever revenge plot they had on Drake. And it was so underwhelming. I was like, really? Like, I was thinking, what the hell are they going to do to Drake? Like, this is going to be fun, maybe. Oh, no. Completely underwhelming.
I agree.
Yeah.
So much so that I don't even remember what it was.
I mean, it was so I remember what it was, but so underwhelming. Yeah. Like, basically, he saw his dad get arrested on TV and realized he lost everything. That was it.
That's right. They
so underwhelming.
And I'm like, oh...
Yeah, I was like...
So there was a lot of potential for this book.
And it fell flat.
It did. Yeah. It fell short. But again, the writing isn't bad. It's just...
Too much.
Too much in a too short of... Yeah. Too much. But I wouldn't want to see this all crammed into one book and make it a 500-page book either.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2 books. Make it a series, And that split it up and give it a little more depth.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think immaturity was a driving plot in this book. And that kind of frustrated me a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Don't get me wrong. A lot of the things that we read are high schoolers, and of course they're immature. And then you're going to hear me talk about other books where it drives me nuts that these high schoolers behave as if they're 35-year-olds with all the world experience, you know?
Okay.
And that frustrates me too.
Okay.
It's like, we need to find a happy medium here.
So you want what, normal high schoolers? Like, where are those at?
But, I mean, if you're going to do certain things, like if you're going to create revenge plots and stuff, make them, I guess, realistic to your environment.
Okay, well, yeah, this one just wasn't. This one wasn't realistic all the way around, so.
I mean, this one was just chaos.
Yeah.
This one was.
A little bit.
This one was just chaos. And it was full of just like big feelings, with little impulse control. That's all of them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And the fact that mom being a nurse, and again, just because you're a nurse doesn't mean you're perfect or overly knowledgeable or whatever, but the fact that she's a nurse with 3 17, 18-year-old boys that she's raised, is walking around with these blinders on about literally
complete blinders. Oh, they're good boys. No.
Like how?
No, they're not.
How blind are you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's plenty of parents out there that all think their kids are angels, but I'm baffled a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
The dad I get, because he was a single dad with
single dad lawyer.
Single dad
he's busy.
lawyer.
Yeah.
So he's literally living in the office and just throws money at his servants to raise the kid.
I mean,
basically.
for real. Yeah.
That's basically what he did. And his best friend is the chef.
Mm-hmm.
And his chef's son who live in the house. So he kind of relies on them to take care of his daughter.
Such a weird dynamic, let me just tell you.
It really was bizarre. Like, I didn't understand any of that. Like, we didn't even get into where that came from.
Well, no, they didn't have time.
Yeah, like, why?
They were doing so much other shit.
Why even introduce certain aspects of that? Like, I
have no answers for you. I have nothing.
I have many questions.
Yes. And I have no answers. So
that's basically like a summed up version of the story. I mean, there was so much that happened. That is so much that happened. So if you're wanting to read it to get all the details that we obviously are not going to like spiel.
I mean,
but
read it just to see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And let us know your thoughts, because
yeah,
this book was something.
it was something. And again, writing wasn't bad.
Mhm.
Story just needed more development.
Story needed a lot more development.
And look at us agreeing on that.
Who knew we did that?
Oh my god.
I love it.
Okay, so do you think the hate felt real to you, or was it performative for tension?
It was stupid. I mean,
I know you thought it was stupid, but do you think that the hate in the book, did it feel like it was a real hate, or was it just performance?
from her, yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, it was real.
Real hate?
She hated them. I don't know what the hell was wrong with these boys.
Yeah, I was a little bit baffled. I feel like theirs was
They're just angry at the world.
I felt theirs was performative.
They're just angry at the world and decide to take it out on her. I don't know.
I feel like the twins just do things to do it, which is
Yeah.
the performative thing.
Yeah.
But I think Teague actually has hate.
Yeah. He's just full of hate.
Yeah,
He's
Lacey and Teague had real hate. And I don't even know if by the end of the book it was real care or if it was just like a trauma bonding. You know what I mean?
I feel like I trauma bonded with them. I trauma bonded hating them.
Maybe.
So, and hating this book. So,
Yeah,
there's my trauma bond.
Yeah, I agree. If this had been set in college instead of high school, would it have hit differently?
No, because then I would really be like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah. They'd be even dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least they had the fact that they were in high school still, that's their excuse of immaturity, right? Okay.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. Okay. Was there a moment in the story where you thought, okay, now I buy the chemistry?
No.
Not
Not
at
even
any
a little
point?
bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Oh my god.
You? Was there?
I think it had to have happened near the end after the whole loss of the baby thing, when I think Teague was like, it hit him, I think, at that point. And she was coming finally out of it. But it was way late in the book.
I mean...
But it took.
But okay.
Again, trauma bonding.
Teague, let's break this down. Teague decided to help her get over her mourning. He was going to slit her wrists and make it look like her fault so she could get committed.
Yeah.
No. I don't believe any of this is fucking real. No.
You weren't okay with that?
No.
I thought he did a good job because no one was seeing her issues. She got fixed after that when she went to the psych ward. She got help that no one was giving her. I mean, okay, let me back up. He could have gone to his mom and said something and talked to her, but they don't. But we already established none of them know how to communicate.
Or
they just do stuff.
Could have just let her swallow those pills that she swallowed, and that could be her suicide attempt. He had to slit her wrist on top of it.
Well, yeah, because they're very dramatic people.
Got it.
I wonder if he slit them right.
I think he did.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
That was probably the best part of the book.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
When he staged her suicide?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
All right. Again, there we go. So our agreement only goes so far with us.
I actually almost forgot about that scene.
How could you if it was the best part of the book? God, no.
Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Because I had a lot of prep to do.
Yeah.
I did sidetrack.
And then you're like, oh, I like that little part.
Yeah, that was a good part.
No. No.
Shit. Oh, God. So, obviously, I know the answer to this, but did the drama keep you hooked or exhaust you?
Exhausting.
Yeah, it was
absolutely exhausting. And if it wasn't for the fact that we were reading it for this, I probably would have stopped this book.
This would have been a DNF for you.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia. Yeah.
I was too intrigued to know where this was going to make this a DNF.
I think I was exhausted at some point to know. I don't even care where this is going. This is stupid. I hate them all.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Zach.
Except for Zach. I would have finished it anyway. Do you feel like the relationship between Lacey and Teague evolved or just escalated?
Escalated.
Yeah, probably just
obviously
escalated.
You could tell I didn't love these people.
Yeah. So, do you feel like the two authors, Jaye Pratt and Samantha Barrett, do you feel like the two authors were one cohesive voice? Or did it have a two-author voice in the book? When you were reading it, did you notice there was a break in this was written by one, this was written by a different, or did it feel like it flowed?
wouldn't say I felt that, but this book was so chaotic that I don't know how they agreed that this was this is what we need to write together. This is as this is going, not one of them stopped and said, this is ridiculous.
You know what it felt like? Kind of like, and I don't even know how or who wrote what chapters or what. Maybe one wrote one half of the book.
I think they were fucking high the whole time.
But I envision it like one wrote like a couple chapters and then submitted it to the other and said, okay, now you go. And then the other one's like, ooh, I'm going to top that.
Maybe.
And that's why it feels like shit kept escalating because they kept going back and forth and shit just kept spiraling.
That could be what happened. And they were probably laughing they're high and they were laughing their ass off and they're like, look at what we just did. Look at what just happened.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is fun. Let's keep doing it. Yay.
Yeah.
And let's go eat a brownie.
And maybe when they hit that peak, they were like, okay, now we need to spiral down. Because they had to go down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, we couldn't keep spiraling because obviously they plateaued and then they had to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not all the way, but just a little bit and then went and ended it.
And then ended it
bland.
So disappointing, so underwhelming. This whole book was overwhelming, and then the end, and you're like, underwhelmed.
They weren't high when they wrote the ending.
Huh. That's when they came down, right?
Exactly. Okay. There's a couple of ending questions for you.
Okay, God.
Does hate us like you mean it work because it's over the top drama, or would it have been stronger with more emotional restraint?
First of all, it doesn't work. The whole book. So yes, let's try some emotional restraint and see if we can make it a book from there.
So, like, when you say emotional restraint, in, like, what capacity?
Like,
For who and for what? Like, give me a scene in which emotional restraint would have made it better.
it's hard to pick a scene because it's the whole book, but let's just talk about, like, for a character.
Okay.
Let's talk about Teague.
Okay. He's a good one.
He's so angry and full of hate, but doesn't really, I mean, it explains it a little bit, but not enough to where you feel it. You just feel like, this kid's an idiot. Like,
yeah.
Like you kind of want to understand it because it just barely explains it, but just not enough that you can connect with his pain and hate.
I don't feel like
just enough that you're like
enough trauma to be the way he is.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
You're making no sense to me.
Yeah. I feel like he needs therapy.
I feel like he needs a lobotomy.
Although I feel like that about a lot of characters in a lot of books, that therapy would solve a lot of issues. And no one ever recommends that. And your mom's a fucking nurse.
Right? But no, but she thinks, how does she think they're angels?
And
they're good boys.
So when you know your ex-husband, I'm assuming they were married, is a humongous piece of shit, and you're going out of your way to keep this humongous piece of shit from your boys, who obviously inflicted abuse on you and your kids, why are you, and you're a nurse, why are you not putting yourself and your kids in therapy? Or why were they never in therapy? What is happening here?
The whole start of this, we're gonna fuck this girl over plan is so stupid. Yeah. Oh, like, she didn't show up for dinner, and my mom's already been screwed over by one man, and I think her dad is going to be a bad, dirty lawyer, so she's going to get screwed again. So I'm going to fuck up his daughter.
Yeah, so why is it the daughter's fault?
Yeah,
how about we
have
find
a conversation?
Why not find out why she's upset and angry and why she didn't show up for dinner?
Yeah, like, there's so many things.
Maybe there's a reason.
Like, and I'm going to fuck her and make it completely uncomfortable for her. And then that just starts the chaos because then they meet and they drag her through hell at school and they blackmail her and they isolate her and what? Why?
I don't know. I know. But he was a perfect, I'm glad you chose him to explain that, because he was probably the only and best character to answer that to, because he needs the most restraint and has the most issues.
He just doesn't, and you're not going to connect, at least I didn't, you're not going to connect with what's going on inside of him. First, because it's not explained super well, and then you're just like, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing?
But I still liked him.
Of course you did. Of course you did. And it's okay that he slit her wrist. He was helping her. No.
I mean, no. Granted, don't get me wrong. I think there was other options, but considering that was the only one we had in the book,
it worked for you. It works for her.
It's fine. And she didn't die. And she got better. It's fine.
Okay. First of all, never am I coming to my friend here, Pixie, if I'm having a depressive episode, because
I would never slit your wrist.
She's like, I'll just slit your wrist and have you committed. You'll be good in the end.
No, I'll just take you straight to mental health. I'm good. Yeah, I'm emotionally stable enough to do that. I'm not like my book characters. I just like them.
I've seen your bonded groups, though.
Wait, we have to come up with new ones.
We do need to update the bonded group.
Next, well, in a couple of episodes, we'll be doing that.
Sounds good.
We should do that. I forgot. I have to add that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you would recommend this book to someone, but I don't need to ask you that.
At this point, I kind of want people to read it just to see what they say. Like, have we lost our minds?
I want some comments in our YouTube channel that.
But I'm going to tell you,
Spotify channel.
It's a couple hours of your life you're not going to get back.
There's a lot of people who really love this book. It's got good reviews. But again, like all books are not for everyone. There are so many books you and I have read and absolutely love that people are like, hell no, this book sucks.
Yeah.
And so many books were like, God, why do people like this? And people are like, it's the best book ever. Everyone has their own tastes, you know? Like, I probably would give this 3 stars and you're going to give it a -2. I mean, it's
right on the dot.
You know what I mean? Because it's how you rate and how you think, and it's also a mood thing. Like, if I reread this again, not that I'm going to, but if I were to reread this again later, I might rate it differently. It's all in how I feel at the time I read it.
It's true, because I just reread something that I hated the first time and actually ended up kind of enjoying it this time. So I get that.
Funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that one.
Oh, Lord. All right. Is Hate Us Like You Mean It a messy but addictive young love story, or drama that works best if you just surrender to the chaos?
Yeah, just go into it being like, it's chaos. You're gonna be having some feelings about it. Probably none of them good if you're like me, and enjoy the ride and try not to pull your hair out.
Yeah, just be prepared. It is chaos. Again, like I said, it's a racehorse. So if you've ever been to the horse races, you know, the gun goes off, the gate opens, and the horses bolt. That is literally this book all the way through until the end of the race, right? At the end, and then they kind of start slowing down as they finish it off. That's the book.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the book. Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you're like, who won?
I missed it. I missed it all. It was fast. I didn't know which horse to look at. I missed it. Yeah.
The whole time I'm going, go, 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 go. And then I'm like, where number am I?
Yeah. Who did I even bet on in this one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. That is exactly how I felt for this book.
Well said.
Although the cover is pretty.
I don't even know that I saw the cover. I'd have to look at it.
I did my nails for the books. And it was kind of like a grayish silver, and it had like a kind of a flower, like a purplish pink flower on it. It had a skull and like a snake that almost looked like rhinestone. It was really pretty.
Okay.
It's really pretty. It's on the cover of the episode that you're watching. It's beautiful. All right, so ready for our closers?
Okay.
All right. So this is our gestures.
Oh, I did gestures.
Okay. Gesture, not words. Athlete edition. So the concept is the boys are terrible with words. So instead of apology speeches, they must make a public gesture that proves their sincerity. No monologues, no half-hearted, my bad, only action. Their apology must cost them something: pride, reputation, image, status, or comfort. So we're each going, for each brother, Teague, Tanner, and Talon, we're going to describe the public gesture, like where it happened, who witnessed it, what exactly does he do, explain what it cost him, reputation, locker room status, etc. Explain why this proves sincerity. Is it growth? Is it sacrifice? And decide if Lacey accepts it. Immediate forgiveness, skeptical, etc. Tone guidelines. Sports specific, public and undeniable, big enough to matter, no speeches allowed.
Okay.
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay. You want to go back and forth?
I'm kind of interested to see your gestures, because I feel like...
Me too, because I can't remember when I wrote these.
Mine are probably going to be a lot... Thinking of your bond group are going to be a lot tamer than yours. Just saying. Like, she's probably going to have body parts or something right there.
Okay. Who are you starting with?
Let's start with Teague.
Okay.
Okay. So, the gesture is going to be a tattoo over his heart with angel wings and the date of the miscarriage.
Aww.
I know, right?
Girl.
He's going to present it privately, because he's not going to be one that has to do things big and publicly. And this needs to be more heartfelt and private. It's going to cost him his pride and his hatred, which he both needs to put down anyway. Like, seriously, kid. This is going to show some growth and vulnerability, both of which he struggles with. And then, of course, Lacey's going to accept it because it speaks to her pain. She's just forgiving. Barf. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my Teague gesture. So I have two. I have a public and a private.
Okay.
Public gesture. After a big game, cameras on, loud, crowd loud. He pulls Lacey onto the court and very clearly, very deliberately makes it known she's his. No speech, just a look, a kiss, and zero apology for choosing her in front of everyone who judged her. The private gesture, the real apology.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes, he quietly uses his connections and influence to secure something huge for her. An opportunity, protection, leverage, something that changes her trajectory, and never tells anyone it was him. What it cost him: image control, locker room talk, and strategic optics. Why it proves sincerity? Teague lives for power and perception. Choosing her publicly risks the first. Helping her privately sacrifices the second. Would she accept it? She'd clock both moves and she'd know which one mattered more. So, probably, because gross.
Yeah, gross. Ew. Barf.
All right, who are you doing next?
Okay, let's do Tanner.
Okay.
All right. So Tanner, being a little bit of the more fun, lighthearted character of the twins, he's going to serenade her in front of the entire school at like a game or an assembly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to work better if he even can't sing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So he's literally going to sing a song that he wrote for her. So then he can add some of his silliness, you know, the undertones, just because that's who he is. This is going to cost him a little bit of his reputation, but not necessarily in a bad way, like he's going to get crap from the boys. But, you know, the girls are going to consider this like swoon worthy. Like they're going to be like, oh, that was so sweet. So this is going to show he's willing to sacrifice for Lacey. And then Lacey will forgive him because she always loves kind of his silly antics and his light heart. And it'll make her laugh.
Okay.
Because it can be as dramatic as he is. So, yeah.
Mine's kind of similar
Okay.
for Tanner. Okay. So my gesture for Tanner is it's a grand romantic over the top type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he recreates a moment where he hurt her. Same location, same setup. But this time he shows up prepared. Flowers, music, a handwritten letter, and instead of excuses, he reads poetry he wrote about her in front of everyone.
Love it. Poetry in a song. Yeah. Love
see?
it. Yeah.
What it cost him, his dignity, pride, the cool factor. And why it proves sincerity, Tanner's strength is romance. So he weaponizes it. If he's going to love her, he does it loudly and vulnerably with no ego shield. Would she accept it? If anyone makes her soften first, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Got
probably.
That silly side.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Talon.
All right. Talon is a little bit of a wild card in this, so it took me a minute to kind of think. So he's going to commission art personally for Lacey.
Ooh.
Yeah. That will surprise her, and it's going to show... He's going to show all this in front of everyone. So I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's a painting. I don't know if it's a sculpture. It's just going to be something that's wherever they're at this art show, he's going to commission a piece for her. He's going to put
a fetus?
Yeah. Sure. He's going to put these feelings in the form of art cuz he's kind of the worst one. Well, Teague's pretty bad too, but he's kind of not great with words.
He's not.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So this is going to affect his public image, but also show a softer, more heartfelt, open side of him, which is needed because, it's going to show some vulnerability and a more human side because he's a little closed off and robotic sometimes. Yeah. And then Lacey's going to forgive him because she has a soft heart. Barf. You like the barf?
A lot of vomiting.
Lots of vomiting.
All right. Talon, the MMA public submission.
MMA.
Yeah. So his gesture.
So you went straight violent, and I was like, oh no, we're going to get him out of this violent thing. We're going to do some art.
Yeah. So for his next fight weigh-in or post-fight interview, instead of trash talking, he publicly thanks Lacey for being the only reason he's better than his worst instincts and dedicates the fight to her. And that's all he's got. It's not really bright.
Yeah, he's kind of the monotone one.
Or he takes a fight he doesn't need to take because it benefits something important to her and makes it known he did it for her.
Oh, there you go. Like a charity fight for miscarriage. Raise the money. There you go.
So he could do either.
I could see that one.
Yeah, and why it counts, Talon's identity is domestic or dominance and control. Publicly crediting her for his strength, that's submission in the only way that matters to him. Would she accept it? She'd roll her eyes, but she'd watch every second.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, gross.
Yeah, barf, right? Barf. Barf.
Barf. Barf. So, that is our Hate Us Like You Mean It episode by Jaye Pratt and Samantha Barrett.
And so you said this is my first Samantha Barrett book. I don't know that I've read Jaye Pratt, but
yeah, Jaye
you
Pratt,
liked her other book?
Jaye Pratt, I read her Sweetest Venom book, which I really liked, and we did a mini book review on.
I was going to say, that one sounds familiar. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, we did
Is it hockey? What is it?
Oh, I can't remember off the top
I
of my
know.
head right now.
There's so many. We read too much, and it's sometimes I don't even remember what we're doing until I get here and we start this episode, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I thought about that book. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't believe it's hockey. No. And then you're thinking of a Rena Kent book that has the word venom in it.
Yeah, there's something
that's
venom.
Hockey.
Okay.
And then Samantha Barrett. It's a sports romance I have somewhere in here of hers. That's it was a football thing that was really good. I loved. And that's when I picked it up in Vegas from her.
Yeah,
and I loved it. And then I read her Dirty Priest thing.
Oh yes, her. Yeah.
And I was all, oh. Now I know what shrimping is.
The things you learn.
The things you learn, which is what they were talking about in that panel. Yeah. And the chick was like, I wish she was wearing a shirt. And I'm like, what the fuck is shrimping? And then she explained shrimping. And then by the time I got back from Vegas, I was like, what was that again? And then I read it in the book. And now it's ingrained.
In your brain.
In my brain.
Yeah.
What shrimping is.
You say you don't learn anything from smut. That's not true.
You do. So thank you, Samantha Barrett, for that. It's gross. Really gross. And I
love this.
Yeah, no. And I still love Samantha Barrett and I still love Jaye Pratt, but this particular book, chaos.
Wasn't it?
It was chaos. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. It's still like middle of the road. Great writing, but still I think I felt needed more development. The characters they had fun with certain aspects of the characters, especially the gay friend.
Zach is the best, yeah.
There were sometimes the twins were fun. The Tanner. He was fun. Especially when they competed against each other, like, well, she likes me better. Yeah. You know, things like that. I mean, those were fun moments, but they were just moments. And I felt like we could have developed more in the story. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed today's episode of Hate Us Like You Mean It. And we will see you next time.
Bye.